Welcome, 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 beautiful Paris Saint Germain family. Well, I'm lost for words. I am completely, completely lost out of words. Obviously, the biggest hurt from this game wasn't like a footballing reality check or anything of that. Definitely, by far, the biggest depressed feeling, negative feeling from this game is losing the Club World Cup final 3-0. That's also the most memorable thing. Looking back at this game in 10 years in the time, we'll look back at, oh, PSG got slapped up 3-0 in the final. 3-0 in the Club World Cup final. 3-0 in the Club World Cup final. People have tried to underrate this tournament and so on. I've never been one of them. I know how big this defeat is. People say, oh, the Club World Cup isn't on the same UCL level. It's there. It's right there. Some might say it's better. Some might say it's worse. But one thing for sure, there isn't that much difference. All the top European teams were here. All the top world teams were here. We saw, Fluminense and all of these other non-European teams make deep runs and challenge European teams. And we lost the final. 3-0. We lost in 45 minutes. In 45 minutes. In the first half, we lost it. 3-0. This is a stain on this badge. This is a stain on this club that will never be forgotten. This was Paris Saint Germain's. This is still, now that the season is over, this is still the greatest season in our history. The treble, the quadruple, the Champions League for our first time in our history. But at the same time, it includes the biggest L in Paris Saint Germain's history. By far. I want to sleep and act like this game never happened. I want to sleep and act like I never watched this game. I never saw us lose 3-0 in the first half. Second part is obviously the performance. Defensively, looking at the Chelsea goals and so on, I felt nearly like a Barca fan. When they faced Inter, when Inter had basically 3 chances, 3 goals. They didn't without momentum as well, just goals. But the thing, performance-wise, that disgusts me is that at least Barcelona put up a great fight and did incredible stuff offensively. Whilst we had 2 chances in the first half, one gigantic when Doué tried to pass it to Hakimi for the tap-in, and then obviously the Doué shot, good save from Sanchez, and then we had chances in the second half. But this game, we're only here to talk about the first half. The second half doesn't matter. The second half Chelsea only defended, which made us get more chances. We played with less pressure, so I don't really care about anything that happened in the second half because it's pointless. The game was over in less than 45 minutes. When Chelsea got that third goal, when Chelsea got the first goal, I was shocked. Second goal, I was shocked. Third goal, oh my God, man. Losing a Club World Cup final 3-0. I said this is the biggest L in our history. If you take our biggest L's that we've had before, remontada, filled with referee controversial decisions, and we played against Messi, Neymar, Suarez. The biggest L in PSG history before this game was the 3-1 to United. We lost at the back. Most of our L's is away. We lost at the back to an absolutely disgustingly bad United side. And they had 3 chances, 3 goals. And it was 3 individual mistakes. This game, obviously, Chelsea was way better than that United. That L still hurts so much because, we should have never lost that game. This game, we lost it fair and square. Chelsea was obviously the better side in this game. But yeah, it's definitely the biggest L in PSG history. I haven't been, and I don't think it's even close. We've been in 3 major finals. Lost 1-0 to Bayern. That's another final that we lost, which isn't remotely close to losing the Club World Final 3-0. We looked absolutely cooked. We looked absolutely washed. No, I remember the game started off, with a lot of pressure and so on. Chelsea having the first 10 minutes, Palmer having that chance, probably should have been a goal. Then we got back into the game. I'm like, Paris Saint Germain are back. Get that huge chance. Beautiful play. I think it was I don't even know how we got there. No, yeah. It was like the movement. What was it? Like Khvicha dropped. Gusto followed him. Fabian was in complete open space. Puts a delicious ball to Desire Doué. And Doué goes for the simple tap-in. We have scored so many tap-ins. But Cucurella reads that well. And then I remember Dembouz cutting in. Great ball to Doué. Doué goes, gets a shot off, tries basically the exact same thing he did versus Bayern with his weak foot near post. Sanchez reads it and saves it. And then I think immediately after that, a couple of 1-2 minutes, comes the first goal. Long ball from Sanchez, PSG pressing high. Many times he always launched it towards that right side. That was the tactic before the game. Gusto gets it. And Nuno Mendes. We've seen so many individual mistakes from Nuno Mendes in big competitions. The Champions League last season, there's so many. Atletico Madrid. I remember the individual mistakes from Nuno. I remember when he gave away a stupid foul that led to that Fugazi Saka goal in the group stage. I remember his mistake versus Aston Villa. I remember his mistake versus City. But all of those mistakes combined aren't as bad as this one, because at least in some of them, it's the opponent, dribbling or something. Against City was a Akanji. That was embarrassing. But at least it's an opponent potentially or trying to make it hard for you. Here, you're just misreading the ball, gets knocked out of your head, and then it's a 3v3. Beraldo tries his best, gets the block. He gets to Palmer, and exquisite finish from Cole Palmer. Then the other goal, I don't even remember how Palmer got it, but I was just seeing Palmer and Vitinha. I was like, fuck. Nuno has pushed up. And I don't blame, that's part of the tactics we play. Well, I knew that was a complete disadvantage. Palmer, Vitinha, and Palmer, oh my days, man. Fakes Vitinha, fakes Beraldo, slots it, bottom net. And was it a couple of minutes after that first goal, and I'm thinking, well, fuck. And the third goal is by far the most... the first one is embarrassing due to the Nuno individual mistake, but the third one is the collective unit mistake. Chelsea have the ball at their goalkeeper. PSG press. And it's like a hot knife through butter, as they say. There was no PSG press. There was no PSG defense. And when Palmer got it, I remember I was like, if we're not going to press... I don't know what's the reason for it. Is it a tactical thing? Is it they're tired or whatever it is? If we're not going to press, we shouldn't press. We should rather stay in a mid-block or even in a deep block, because we do not want to give those opportunities to Chelsea. Palmer gets it, tons of space, and then Beraldo, Vitinha, both of them thought the other one was going to go for Joao Pedro run. and follow him, but nobody did. Great pass from Palmer, and great finish from Joao Pedro. Starts dancing, and it's 3-0. It's basically game over. I still had hope in this team. And then to quickly talk about our potential greatest comeback of all time, it's that second half. For me, it's that Dembo's chance. Because before the second half started, I said, we have 5 to 10 minutes to get a goal and try to change this game. Because you always want to get that early goal. And that was the chance. Some doing magic on the right-hand side. Dembele gets it. It's a good shot. Could have been better. But it's a very great save from Sanchez. Then it was that Vitinha long shot. But at that point, it was just inshallah. It was that Dembo's chance. That was the game changer. That's the game. Now let's... Chelsea. What an impressive performance from Chelsea. The most impressive thing was two stuff, in my opinion, from Chelsea. It was defensively and clinically. I think Chelsea in that first half had 4 chances. 3 goals. Just like that Inter game I mentioned before. But then, as I mentioned from that Inter-Barca game, what did we do offensively? What did we do straight after conceding those goals? There was no reaction. When it comes to the pressing and the off the ball in this game, I'm really mad at the players and potentially Lucho and the tactics, but way more on the players. Like 99% on the players. But when it comes to offensively, I'm more just impressed with Chelsea. They pressed so well. They didn't actually, like Bayern pressed better. But Chelsea was more, it led to nothing. Like Bayern pressed us really well. Got the ball so many times. Kept so much possession against us. But we're so vulnerable at the back. Kvara chance, the Barcola chance, the Due chance, the other Kvara chance. But that's the thing with this Chelsea side. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. They're so good at, defending transitions. Basically, we had no transitions in this game. Who had transitions? It was Chelsea. Chelsea had multiple transitions in this game. And that's how they won this game. So yeah, the Chelsea defensively, whatever tactics Maresca pulled, the Chelsea players played for their lives as well. They knew how big this game was. Beating the UCL winners and winning the first Club World Cup, first trophy for many of these players. They definitely wanted this game more than us. And shout out to them, fair play to them, Before this game, uploaded the video preview. Let's humble Chelsea because they talked so much shit before in the game. We're different. They were different. Caldwell was cooking. Reece James was cooking. Maresca saying we're not going to be in a tough position. Well, he was cooking. We never put Chelsea in an uncomfortable position. Even the 2 chances. I'm just going to say 1 chance. Or even the 2 chances in the first half. It wasn't like off so much pressure or anything. It was great individual play. But it was so rare. It was so rare we ever could put Chelsea in an uncomfortable position. And again, we just lost the Club World Cup final 3-0 in the first half. To remind you guys. I don't know what more I can say, man. Let's talk about the players. Let's start with Chelsea. Sanchez, huge. I thought he would be one of the weak links for Chelsea. But he was absolutely tremendous in this game. With the ball at his feet. I think he created the first. That led to the Nuno mistake. He could have potentially also given it to Palmer for the second goal. Maybe got an assist for that as well. But then the saves, especially in the second half. Rabat Gusto. Good game. Offensively, defensively. Defensively, Kvara didn't do anything against him, and offensively, great runs. Led to the first goal. Centre-backs, it's very hard rating the Chelsea centre-backs from this game because, they didn't have to do anything. They didn't have to. I'm giving them like an average 7 out of 10 performance because they didn't have to anything. We never put any pressure on them. There was never any danger against them. Left-back, Cucurella, decent. He got cooked a little bit of times. It wasn't impactful. All of their attacks came down our left side. Sad, man. He was probably one of the least performing Chelsea players this game. Midfield three. Let's start with the least one, which is, I mean, I think when it comes to the midfield, Caicedo, unbelievable performance. I think he was a top 3 player this game. And then Enzo and Reece James, I don't feel they did too much. They just had an average good game. Well, Caicedo was really special this game. And then moving on to the attack, Cole Palmer, generational performance. It's a bit unfortunate for him. Not unfortunate, but obviously Chelsea, instead of, like PSG when we killed off Inter in that UCL final, Chelsea were like, you know what? We're 3-0 up. Let's just defend the second half, get this trophy over with. Because Palmer could have, continued cooking in that second half and potentially got on a hat-trick. I mean, this is one of the greatest English performances ever. 2 individually great goals and a great individual performance from Cole Palmer. The superior play of the match, as they say, of this game. Neto was dangerous with his runs, but very unimpactful apart from that. Joao Pedro, top 3 player. Him, Palmer, Caicedo, I think were top 3 players this game. Joao Pedro was so good. And what a signing. What a signing. You could say he partially won them some of the Club World Cup. His impact in the Club World Cup is a bit like Kvara's impact for us in the Champions League. Absolutely huge. That's why his impact was in this game. Absolutely huge. PSG. Donnarumma, one of 2 only players I cannot be mad after this game. The goals he conceded, there's nothing to blame on, and then, kept the scoreline at 3-0 in that second half from those 2 Delap chances. Hakimi, no, garbage. Marquinhos, garbage. Beraldo, garbage. Nuno, garbage. Vitinha tried a little bit in that second half, I saw that, but still nowhere good enough. Fabian, no. Neves, the only player alongside Don I can be happy with. Despite that red card. I mean, I shared for that red card out of anger. Joao Neves, as he usually does, even when PSG aren't performing, he always makes sure that he performs. Good game. Maybe like 7.5 out of Neves. Some kind of respect for him at least. And then moving on to the attack, I think Desiree Doué had like 2-3 good moments, but just nowhere close to where it has to be. Khvicha, disaster class. We have to say it. Didn't do a single thing this game. Dembele was there for that shot, put the pass to do it, but once again, just not impactful at all. It felt like nearly Chelsea took him out of the game. Obviously, there was some passes from Dembele, like, what are you doing? But never saw him in that many threatening positions and so on. I saw people before mentioning about the Ballon d'Or, and I said if his competition was closer, we could be scared about the Ballon d'Or. I don't care about the Ballon d'Or now. At the moment, I'm just caring about the 3-0 embarrassment. But because the competition is so weak. I mean, the second in the list is Yamal, who obviously, if he was at the Club World Cup, it would have been a different story. But after that is Vitinha. And then it's Hakimi, and then it's like some other PSG players and Rafinha and so on. So that don't matter. But yeah, totally not happy with them. And Luis Enrique, I don't think I can blame anything on him. I mean, he played this way we've always played. The only thing for me, and as I said, for me, the biggest takeaway from this game is why we lost this game. If I had to explain it by only one word, is off the ball. Off the ball. Off the ball. For all those 3 Chelsea goals, off the ball, it was so easy for them to progress the ball. Like for us, it was so difficult for us to get it to Chelsea's final third. They had the great mid-block, sometimes pressing us high up, and we struggled getting the ball to their final third. But Chelsea could do it with ease. Our press was worse than Madrid's press was against us. Look at our goal, that Fabian goal, beautiful goal. But at least Madrid pressed tight man to man, and that led to all of that. For that third goal for Chelsea, there was no man to man press. It was just acres of space. Palmer running into simple pass to Pedro. Looked like a training session. I was gonna be happy the season was over whether we lost or won. You just want to sometimes end stuff. We can look back. The season is over. We can finally start looking into the next season. Transfer window. I'm calm because I've read everything during the Club World Cup. We're focusing on that. And then usually we do most of our job towards the end of the season, so we just do it then. We have to strengthen the squad. That was we have to strengthen. That was clear even before this embarrassment happened. And I guess that's it. What a season. I guess I will have to make a video just finally doing a full season review. That will come soon. Now let's just digest, accept, and go through this humiliating defeat. That's been it from boy PSG, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez, bye.